Okay, so I'm here at my shop, Country Custom Fabricating, and I have my friend Russ here that has stopped by, and he is giving me the opportunity to try out this lovely laser welder. I have looked at these things online over and over again, and I'm so excited to finally try this thing out. So, Russ, tell me a bit about it. Like, I know that it has some capabilities and stuff that I'm really excited to use, but give me your knowledge on what this is.
All right, so I was in China and I tried one out, and as soon as I tried it out, I had to buy one.
Yeah.
So, but I couldn't afford this one, so I ordered a kit. So it came over, and I think the kit would take me about 2 or 3 days to build the first one, but probably 2 or 3 hours to do the second one.
Yeah.
But this is a 1500-watt laser, welder, cutter, and rust removal.
Yeah.
So and it's crazy. It draws no heat when you cut. The kerf is 4 thou thick.
Wow.
And the wire feed here, you can change it to whatever kind of wires you want.
So you can do aluminum, stainless, mild steel,
brass, copper.
Wow.
Everything.
That is so fantastic. And then so for gas, does it run off the same gas for all those materials?
Yeah, nitrogen.
So it runs off
they prefer nitrogen to all of it.
Huh.
And this is it here. No, just saying whether we could use compressed air or not.
Yeah.
Because on the laser cutter that I have, the CNC cutter, I can use compressed air, oxygen, nitrogen, or a number of things.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I mean, that's fascinating. I've dabbled in the one that they have at 109, which is also yours.
Yeah.
But I think that the fact that you can get a kit and you can build it yourself is pretty incredible.
I brought you one.
Yeah. And so he also brought me a kit. So I'm going to do another video on the DIY, putting it all together. And, it's one of those things that if you want to get into this and not spend a ton of money buying a pre-built one, you can get the kit for it. So how much are the kits going for right now?
I think they're going to go for around $8,000 for the kit.
Which is so crazy cheap.
I've seen them for $30,000 like this.
Yeah.
This is going to be around $15,000, $16,000.
Assembled.
Ready to go.
Yeah.
Right now, all I did is put the plug on.
Mm-hmm.
It can't come with a plug because depending where in the world it goes to.
Right.
We have to put wire in it.
Yeah.
You got to get some gas tomorrow.
Yeah.
This is the
ground clamp.
Well, it's a single clamp. And it just needs to know when to turn on and when to turn off. If it's not hooked up, it's not supposed to work.
Oh, okay.
I shot myself twice, accidentally. And one went through the weld.
Wow.
And a crack in the weld, and I got my leg.
Wow.
So that was kind of scary.
Yeah,
it didn't do much. It burnt my pants, but it kind of hurt.
I mean, I'm sure that there's a lot of little details that I'll have to know as I go, as I get to learn to use this. But I think that even assembled, it's cheaper than the majority of the ones I've seen online. But to be able to do it yourself, put it together yourself, which I can't wait to just see how simple it'll be. I love putting things together, so that's exciting.
Well, this will weld really nicely, 1/4 inch aluminum.
1/4 inch?
Yeah.
Wow.
And steel and the kerf, or the bead is hardly anything. And the penetration is huge. So if you're doing 1/8 inch aluminum on this machine, I'm using about 600 watts out of 1500.
Wow.
So when you zap that up, I think at 109 they're using up to 1,500 watts.
Yeah.
But I'm not sure if the lenses are a little bit dirty.
Right.
So when it's all right,
yeah,
this thing goes crazy.
So when you're using material, like say I do a lot of steel here, do I have to really clean it all before?
It's always best.
Of course, yeah.
About aluminum, you don't. Like, when you TIG, you
wire
brush it,
acetone.
This one here is no prep.
Oh.
It's so cool. And it's 10 times faster than TIGging. Like, you just run that thing.
Wow.
And it's so cool because, the first time I did it, I did a perfect weld in China. And so when people come over, I say, you're going to do a perfect weld here. Yeah. Because what happens is that when you're mating, you are going back and forth and you're dragging the wand.
Yeah.
This one here, the wire pushes your hand. Yeah. So you can't go wrong.
Yeah. The first time I used it was over at 109. And I was like, oh, this is going to be so weird. And it is hard to let go of the control of wanting to move your hand.
Yeah.
But so the first little bit, it just took a second. But as soon as it just goes.
Yeah.
And it does it for you, basically. Like it takes all of the thought out of it, and I think that's so fantastic.
And I remember that day because I was there.
Yeah.
You tried TIGging.
Yeah.
with it. With
Yeah.
as you're
And
walking.
it actually worked too
Yeah.
with just the laser.
Yeah.
Yeah. That, I mean, there's so many different things you can use with this, but are you limited to joints, like different, because if you have, you know, two round pieces that you're joining, or if you have a bit of a gap, you know, are you
It
limited
does
to
not
that?
like gaps.
No.
If you do gaps, you either got to put some wire between,
Yeah.
build up one side, build up
And
the
then
other
go
side. But you know, when you're doing the laser,
Yeah.
you should be doing it right.
Yeah.
Like you don't need to fill. Like
Yeah.
when you're doing sheet metal, for example, I think the body man he puts two fenders together, cuts through them.
Yeah.
And now that's a perfect butt.
Yeah, that's usually what I do when I do my body work
Okay.
as well, because you just put your panel on and then you cut it, you tack it, and then you
Yeah.
cut, and then you can tack
Now
it.
this thing here, there's no curve.
Yeah.
So when I don't know, you cut with a zip disc or whatever, that's at least a 16th
Yeah.
or maybe an 1/8 of an inch.
Yeah.
By the time you get it together, there's just it's just there.
It's just butted right up.
Yeah, butt right up.
Yeah.
And to go to the just say the rust removal,
Mhm.
you just do a quick little zap on the screen there, and all of a sudden it's doing rust removal. And you take just use the gun just like it is now, and it shoots out maybe 5 inches wide, about this far away.
Yeah.
And then it uses the same tip as aluminum or steel or copper.
Oh, so you don't have to change out the tips
No.
to do the rust removal.
No, just the wire.
Oh, okay.
You only have to change the very tip out for the gauge of wire.
So do you just have, when you're doing rust removal, you just take the wire out?
Stop, you turn the machine off,
You just, okay.
turn the wire feed off,
Mhm.
and turn it to wire to rust removal
Yeah.
in the screen,
Okay.
and then you actually hook the signal wire up to the gun.
Oh.
You actually hook it to the gun because now it knows it can turn on,
Yeah.
and then you start blasting.
Because I used a buddy of mine down the road. He got a rust remover.
Okay.
And this is 3-4 years back, and he brought it over, and I mean that thing was amazing. And then you could change the widths and all that. But that machine was like, just for the rust remover was like $30,000.
I see them advertised
Yeah.
on Marketplace now, and they're stupidly expensive.
They're mega
And that's all they do.
Yeah.
This one
This
here
one
is
is
just as capable.
Yeah.
In fact, the first time I did it, I had it on very low power, maybe 600 watts, and I etched into the steel rather than removing just the rust of etching. So you could turn it way down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So this would actually be really nice to take the mill scale off material. 'Cause
Oh,
that's
so
that's
fast.
always bothersome for me, is taking mill scale off, because you know, no matter what, you go through all the different strip discs, grinding discs, flapper discs, all of it, and it's still a pain. And when I used that other one, and it just took it off right away, because when you're welding, you want that mill scale gone. If you're doing structural, you want it to be a really strong weld.
This is so quick.
Yeah.
You know, you don't have to wait at all, and if you want 1/2 inch bead or swath,
Yeah.
you can do that. Or if you want a 5 inch for which you never have to do unless you're cleaning the whole piece.
Yeah.
But yeah, you're gonna have fun with this.
I am gonna have fun with this. I am so appreciative of you for letting me get this go, and sharing with everybody what this thing is capable of. And there'll be lots more videos on all the getting this thing set up, doing the DIY part of it, and getting that put together, and seeing how simple that'll be, and learning about how to get one of these for yourself for like a really affordable price. So, Russ, how do they get a hold of you? Like, what is your company? What is
Through you for now.
Okay, through me for now.
Let's go through you for now and see what your market's like.
Yeah.
And I want to watch you build a DIY.
I want to build a DIY.
And I can
so
help
that's
you out.
going to be exciting.
Yeah, good.
So, one more question.
Oh, yeah.
Your shirt. Tell me about it. DIY laser cutter.
With the company that I started buying, on YouTube, there was a guy building a DIY laser, CNC laser cutter, like the plasma you have,
Yeah,
or
the
the plasmas.
CNC.
So I figured, I got to do this. So I built one, and while I was building them, they offered the first time they ever did it, a contest.
Yeah.
So people could enter from all over the world, and there were entries from all over the world. And mine, and DIY is nothing like going through an engineer and stuff like that. I did it out of the 80/20, and but got it working, and I came second.
Wow.
It was a lot of work, but a third the money. And now I've got a really good 1500 watt laser cutter that'll cut 3/8 steel, stainless.
Wow.
Only 1/8 inch. It doesn't like doing anything non-ferrous because the reflective quality goes back up into the fiber optics cable.
Yeah, that's same with my laser engraver that I have.
Yeah, right.
It's the same thing.
Yeah.
But, oh, that's so awesome. Because, yeah, you've talked about the laser cutter that you have at your
you wait.
which I can't wait to try that. Also, I always love trying new tools and all this fun things that come up because there's so many things that people keep coming out with and ways to simplify what it is that we do. And so this is just a big day for me. So I'm really excited. But yeah, so big thanks to Russ here for dropping this off and letting me give this a go. I can't wait to share the next video of getting this thing up and running, figuring out all the settings, and hopefully welding some really cool stuff. So thanks again.
Okay.
Awesome.